which we normally know about. Okay. So bank actually means a bank account. Okay, not the entire bank, but a bank account. Okay. So shall I start? We have 15 people. Okay, we'll start discussing something, and then some other people will also be able to join now. Let's call it a bank account. Can you all see?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. When you have a bank account, what all information is there in the bank account? The basic information. Can anybody say?
Sir, can you repeat? I have a internet connection. Weak.
Okay. When you have a bank account, what all information do you have for your bank account? The basic information, the starting information.
Bank account number.
Account number,
Your name.
the name of the
Person.
person, and
Amount of cash.
amount of
Money
money where?
Vault.
in the vault.
In the vault. That means your money in the vault. Can we call it your balance?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the basic information. When you start off an account, this is the information. After that, you may be withdrawing, you may be depositing other things. That is some of the information. But this is the basic information. Without this, your account is not complete, isn't it? So these are the three things that when you create an object, your bank account, these three things are supposed to be there always. Okay, does it make sense why I have we created these pieces of data here?
Yes.
Yes. So when you create a bank account, the bank account will have an account number, account name, and balance. So suppose Gurasis creates a bank account for himself, he will have his account number, his name, and his balance. And when somebody else, when Vatsal creates his account, he will have his own account number, name, and when I talk about own, can you understand what that own mean? Own actually means that the thing that that belongs to the object, isn't it? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to go very slow here. Now, all these are going to be private and they cannot be touched from the outside world. So if I need to touch it, I mean to pass it some value, how do I do it?
Sir, accessing the through the class.
Through the class
Through
and
the methods.
through the methods of the class, and the methods of the class are going to be public always, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, because the methods are public, that means I can access them. Because these variables are private, I cannot access them from outside. Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes, good. Now I would need to set a value. That means I would need to pass some values to a method which will be further passed to the instance variables. We'll call these as instance variables. We'll call these as instance variables.
Yes, sir.
In your board exams, they could also be called as fields. Okay. All right. So when we talk about method, let's call the first method as set. This is my standard method. Okay. Okay. So what would set method do? All right. What I'll do is I'll revert to my screen that I had created. Apart from the name of the class, rest everything is something which you have actually you have decided on. We had all decided that we will have an account number, name and balance in the class as the instance variables. Let's not worry about the constructors at the moment. So don't forget, you forget about the constructors. Let's start with the input method. Okay. What is the input method doing? The one which is in dark. Can you read? Input values from the user and pass the values to the fields. Can you see what is happening here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, guys. Okay. So that means if I have an instance variable called int m, and if I create the void input method, how will I take some value as input from the user and pass it to this m variable? I'll create a scanner object. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
I will create a local variable in which I will take some input.
Yes, sir.
I will probably also give a prompting message. Please enter so and so. And then what will I do? Then what will I do?
M is equal to n.
M is equal to n. Perfect. So ultimately what happens is you have taken your input into a local variable n and you have passed the same value n to the value variable m, and m is the instance variable which has been created in the beginning of the class. Does this structure make sense, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is the kind of a structure that you would be required to create in your programs that you will be creating, the class type programs that come for the board. Okay, so this is the
Okay, sir.
kind of the program that you will be creating for the class. Okay, so all right, so same system we are going to use here now. Now, when I create the input method now, you know that I have probably an int account number. I'll just create it again. I have int ACNO as the account number. I have string name as the name, and I have float bal as the balance. Okay, so what will I do? The same input method. How will I create for this now? I will create something like int a is equal to, this is my account number. I'll say please enter account number, and then I'll say SOP
Name.
please enter name. ठीक है, and I'll create string n तो नहीं ना create किया हुआ, अभी नहीं है. String n is equal to sc dot next line function. Next float b is equal to sc dot next float function. and okay, यहाँ पे एक SOP भी कर देते हैं ताकि वो डिस्प्ले भी कर दें. What are we going to do now? We are going to pass these values into the instance variable. So what will I write? Is ACNO is equal to A. Sorry, A, and name is equal to N. and
Bal is equal to b.
Bal is equal to b.
So our stuff is done now. So the method that they were talking about, the input method they were talking about, input values from the user. Yes, we have input values from the user. This part is taking input from the user. And then we have to pass the values to the fields. We have passed those values to the fields. Yes, guys? Any problem? Yes or no?
No,
Yes or
sir.
no? No. Okay, guys, now please remember your program may appear to be huge, But don't look at the entire program. When you see this program, okay, it appears to be so many things, yaar. Constructors bhi hai, no argument bhi hai, flana bhi hai, ye bhi hai, wo bhi hai, ye bhi hai. There are so many. There are 5 methods. I have not written the main method at the moment. I've got 2 constructors. I've got so many. But when you actually have to write the program, just do one thing at a time. Just focus on one method at a time and just complete that. Am I clear? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
ओके पहले मुझे ये बताओ कि यहाँ तक सबको ओके है या नहीं है, किसको ओके नहीं है? I've got 22 people with me now. किसको ओके नहीं है? I'll explain again. Okay, Kritin, yes, tell me what is the problem? Kritin, is that a problem or you've just raised your hand? No. Okay then. Can I ask somebody to help me here? Ankita?
Yes, sir.
Ankita. Okay, please explain this program, this part of the program to me. What was the input method supposed to do? I'll paste it here. What was it supposed to do? I'll paste it somewhere here in between. Now, what was it supposed to do? It is
Actually, due to poor network, I'm not able to see the screen now, but it was visible before.
okay. It is visible now.
Sir, now it is not visible, sir, because of my side connections.
Okay, okay. I'll ask somebody else. Anusha.
Yes, sir.
Anji, please explain this to me.
Sir, input method had to input values from the user and pass it to the instance variables that are account ACNO, name and ball.
Okay. Okay. And how are we going to do that? So the input values part, we have to take input using scanner class object, and we have done it here, right? Yes, Anusha?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And okay, so what we have done is we have taken input from the user, and the input has been taken using sc.nextInt or sc.nextLine or sc.nextFloat into variables a, n, and b, and the values of a, n, and b have been passed to the instance variables, and that has been done like this. Okay, I have repeated this again now. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put this into a BlueJ class. Let me just create. You will not be able to see this screen. I will show you this screen in a second. Okay. Let me present to you my desktop. Is it visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is it readable, or should I increase the font?
Readable, sir.
It's readable. I'll increase a little bit. Maybe make it around 30 or so. Yeah. Okay. What did we have as the 3 instance variables? We had private int ACNO, and we had private string name, and we have private float bal, it is balance. Okay, and we had created one method. We'll just copy this from here and paste it here. Oh no, this is going to give me trouble. Why I had not written it completely. New scanner system.in. I also need to import something. Import java.util.star. SOP is system.out.println. Think all those places. All right, so this is, do you know if the formatting is not correct? For example, this is not formatted correctly. The lines are aage piche and you want them to format properly. You press Control Shift and I, it formats everything properly. Did you know this?
No, sir. Sir, which key? Control.
Control Shift and I.
I.
Control Shift I. Actually, it is this one, auto layout. Right?
Okay.
Okay. Let us create a small function called show function. Show function should not be difficult. Void show function. So if I need to display these instance variables, how will I do it? I will simply system.out.println. I'll say account number is plus ACNO, and then I'll say name of the account holder plus name, and then balance. I'll say current balance is plus bal. Okay, is this fine, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
At least we'll start working with this. We know how to set some values. We know how to show values. Let's start off with our public static void main function. In fact, these all should be public. So this is public. This is also public. Let me create a public static void main function. Okay. Now, how do I create an object of this class? The name of the class is bank account.
Bank account.
Okay, the name of the class is bank account. Bank account, say A is equal to new
Bank account.
bank account function. We know that we have not created this constructor. It's still usable. Why? Because the Java is going to provide it to us.
Java is the default one.
Yes. So if I write a.show function, it should show me the blank values of whatever is an account number and so on and so forth. And then when I say set, I want to set some values. So let me set some values. Say account number is 123000101. This is my account number, and name is Rajinder, and the balance is 10 lakhs. Okay. थोड़ी amount से शुरू नहीं करते हम. A.set. What is wrong with this?
Sir, we haven't created
Sir,
that
we are
function.
inputting the values, sir.
Okay, we have created the input wala. Okay, let's use the input wala then. Okay, set तो हमने बनाया नहीं अभी. Okay, so let's delete this and then say a.input. So a dot input is going to do what? When I call a dot input, it is going to
It will ask us.
It will ask
Ask
the
from
user.
the user.
Okay, and then we'll say a dot show. So whatever has been input, we will display it to the user. Okay, so we have created two methods. One is input method, one is show method, and we have created an object. And we have created, we executed the show function on A, and it will show blanks. Input, it will ask you for input, and it will put into those instance variables of which object? Of A object, because A has executed it. A is the invoking object. And when I execute show function, it displays the values. Okay, let me run this execute main function. Now it has actually shown me, where is it gone? Yeah, it has shown me the account number and account number, name, and current balance, which is 0, null, and 0.00. You know this is going to happen. Now let me give it an account number 1001101. This is my account name. It has not asked, and balance is 1000 rupees. Okay, name it has not asked.
Sir, why?
Okay, this practically happens with the next line. Okay, this normally happens with the next line. So when it happens, this kind of a thing happens practically, you should normally put a blank input statement just before it. So maybe something like next line function. Before that, I'll explain to you. So account number is 100234, something like this. Name, it is asking, it is Rajinder, and balance is 1000. So now it shows that the account number, because it has stored it into the instance variable, so it is now showing the values of the instance variables, that is 101234, and Rajinder is the name, and balance is this. Righto? Right? Does
Sir,
anybody
could you
have any?
explain that
Sir, what will
why
be
that
this?
why
Okay,
that
okay, don't be
string is
confused.
happening?
I'll explain that, but later, not right now. Okay, so this is pending right now. All right, but don't be confused with this. All right, don't be confused with this. But are we okay with the input part? So what did we actually do? We created an object. The object now contains the values. Okay, let me create another object. Let me create another object. Let me call it B. And then I say B dot show. Now, what do you think this A dot show is going to show? Whatever this input had taken, isn't it? What will this B dot show?
Null
0,
values.
null, 0.0.
Blanks. It will show blanks. It will show blanks. You can assume, you can see now that in the main function we have actually created two objects. The first object was called as A, and the second object was called as B. A object is a separate entity. It has its own account number, its own name, its own balance. Whereas B is a separate entity containing its own account number, name, and balance. Let's run this and see how this works. This is A, which is showing, and if I say 101234, and this is Rajinder Singh, and balance is 2000 now. So it shows this is A wala data. Okay, and from when I say A dot show, it showed me 101234. Why? Because actually I had taken input from the user 101234 and stored this thing into the account number of A, which is showing here. Similarly, Rajinder Singh was stored into the name component of A, the first object, and that is being displayed here. And this is being 2000 was again stored, and it is being displayed here. B wala was a fresh object and we did not store anything, so it is showing blank there. पहले तो ये बता दो, इतना समझ आ गया कि नहीं आया?
sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
किसी को नहीं समझ आया तो अभी बताओ. If it is things are not clear to you, tell me now. So we are just doing a revision, guys. So don't worry about nothing new is being done. So people who are absent, there are 14 people absent. They are not going to miss much, but yes, they are going to miss this practice. All right, can we go ahead? Let's complete the whole thing now. The first part we have done. Okay, just tell me, if I had not created this input function, if this input function was not taken, was there any possibility of storing anything into those instance variables? Suppose I delete everything from here. Input function is blank. Now tell me, is there any possibility of storing anything into the account number, name and balance?
No, sir.
No. Okay, so no, I cannot do it from the main function. I have to do it from a method there. Okay, let's continue. The set function. Okay, how to create the set function now? Set function says, I'll go to BlueJ and I'll ask somebody to help me in this. Okay, so who is going to help me create the set function? Who is going to help me create the set function? Nobody? Okay, Gurasis?
Sir, we will modify that input function only.
You'll modify the input. No, let me create the whole thing. What do I do?
Okay, sir. Sir, copy that, sir. Then, sir, because
I
there
don't
is only.
I don't want to copy anything. You tell me what to do.
Okay, sir. Then public void set.
Did you notice that most of these functions that we are creating are void functions?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Sir,
Now
then we will pass the values. We will pass account number, name.
shall we have them like this?
Yes.
Then
Sir, we will put like that. That account number is equal to A, and name is equal to name is equal to S, and balance is equal to B.
is it fine?
Yes, sir. Fine.
Okay. So this means when we created the set function, it is similar to the input function, but where is the input coming in the input function? Where is the input coming from? Input is coming from the user. The user is directly inputting the values here inside the function, and those values are being stored into. So these statements are common. Can you see that these are common? That is why you were saying that you should copy them, isn't it? Yes, Alsi Log?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So that means these three statements are common. Yes, I have to pass some values into ACNO, name and balance. Now, where are those values coming from? Are from different
Program.
places. Yes. Here it is coming from whoever is going to call the set function. वहां से value चल के आ जाएंगे इनके पास. So the set function doesn't need to worry about where the values are coming from. Okay, so what is the input function basically doing? Input function is asking the user, okay, मुझे बताओ name क्या है, मुझे बताओ account number क्या है, मुझे बताओ balance क्या है, और फिर वो values जो पूछी हैं, those values are now put into the three instance variables. Can you see the difference between the two?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, and you will be required normally to create both these kinds of functions, and they will be similar. But you have to just play around with the variable names, that's all. Otherwise the structure of the program is going to be the same. How am I going to use it? tell me b dot show में अगर b में मुझे कुछ वैल्यू सेट करनी है तो मैं सेट कैसे करूंगा? I can say b dot Gurasi.
Set.
Okay,
Set.
anybody. Set and pass it a value 1 0 2 3 4 5 comma.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and maybe Gurasis who is helping me here, comma, what is the balance? Balance Gurasis?
2000.
2000 on. Okay, चल ठीक है. So इस तरह से पास कर देते हैं. Fine. Okay, and when I run this program, it is going to, let me run this program. अब ये तो पहले वाला जो इनपुट वाला फंक्शन पूछ रहा है 1014321 ऐसे करके हम लेते हैं. दिस इज राजेंद्र विद द बैलेंस ऑफ 3000 रुपीज. एंड आगे उसने पूछा नहीं, ये ए वाले का वैल्यूज बता दी उसने जो मैंने अभी इनपुट करी हैं यूजर से. एंड वेयर आर दीज वैल्यूज कमिंग फ्रॉम? दीज वैल्यूज आर कमिंग, दे एक्चुअली ओरिजिनेटेड फ्रॉम द मेन फंक्शन. The main function called the set function with these values. The values were 1 0 2 3 4 5 and Gurasi's and 2000, and they were passed into the instance variables. Show function is displaying the same instance variables. Am I clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. How much clearer are you right now? I mean, from starting from when you started this class. Are you 10% up? 20%
Yes.
up? Something like that? Okay. Can you say? Did you notice that these instance variables are actually available to all the methods? It is something
Yes.
like on a blackboard. There are 50 students in a class, and there is one blackboard. All those 50 students can go to the blackboard and change whatever is on the blackboard. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, how do we change that value? How do we change the blackboard? Either I ask, say Shivansh, okay, Shivansh, write down what you had for breakfast in the morning. So where is the value coming from? Shivansh will create his own value. He had parathas and he writes parathas on the board. Are we clear? So that means
Yes, sir.
he is changing the blackboard. He's changing the blackboard with the value of its own, the value that he has created on its own. Secondly, I can say, okay, Gurasis, write down your name on the blackboard. Write down, say, Chandigarh on the blackboard. So I am giving him a value. Okay. So can you imagine then that this is how the blackboard is changed when the values are given, and this is how the function decides on its own what is to be done. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, we'll continue further. Show function we have already done. Okay, now deposit and withdraw. We'll play with this in a few minutes because these are the ones which are actually going to take some time. Constructors. Let's create the no argument constructor and the argument wala constructor. Okay, now when do I need the no argument constructor? We know how to use it. This is the no argument constructor or the default constructor. But I might be required to create an account number. Say C is equal to new bank account. I might be required to write down the account number, write down the name of the person and the balance. What went wrong here? Okay. It's showing in red because I have not created that constructor. Righto?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So I might be required. Okay, fine. This object was being created and it was being created with blank values. This object was also being created with blank values, but I may be required that okay, and create an object with these values. Okay, so how do I create with these values? What do I do here now? Who is going to help me in this?
Sir, could you repeat the question?
The question is, I want to create this constructor now. I want to create this constructor. I want to create this new constructor, the overloaded one, the argument one. Lakshya, have you answered today?
No, sir.
Okay, Lakshya, yes, you help me in this.
Sir,
Thank you, Anish.
sir,
I'll ask you
sir,
later.
it is same as that of set function. So, sir, if you have to create, first of all, create the constructor bank
Okay,
public.
where should I create the constructor? Should I create it here, or should I create it somewhere here, or should I create it somewhere here?
Sir, anywhere you can create.
All right. So answer is anywhere. So constructor, any of the methods can be created anywhere, guys. Am I clear? Okay. Okay. So what do I do here, Lakshay?
Sir, public void bank account, then parenthesis, and then we have to enter, then int a string s float b, and then we have to come inside.
Just a second. If anybody has any objection, I'll ask you the
I
objection.
have objection.
Okay.
Sir, I have objection.
Hi. So many people objecting to you. Okay, Lakshay. Okay, continue with this.
Sir, then we have to write ACNO is equal to A. Name is equal to S. And val equal to B. And then, sir, it is done.
So it is done?
Yes, sir.
This line is still there.
So then you have to create another bank account that Java will not provide. So we have to create another.
Sir, there is objection.
Sir, objection.
Objection.
Okay. Objection. Anusha, what is your objection?
Sir, the constructor does not have any return type.
The constructor does not have any return type. Yes, Lakshay?
Yes, sir. I forgot.
Yes, you forgot. Fine. So this thank you.
One more thing.
And
One more thing.
That will be related to it. Okay, but this doesn't have any problem, no?
No, sir, it has. Okay. This does.
This does not have any problem. So this constructor now. Okay, thank you, Anusha. And now there is another problem.
Sir,
now this is causing a problem.
Sir, you have to create another bank account, that one.
Okay, do I have to create an object or do I have to create a constructor?
Constructor.
Constructor.
Blank constructor.
I have to create a constructor. Okay, can anybody help me create that constructor? Raise your hands, please. That is all? Only 2 people? Arnav, are you there? Mr. Arnav?
Sir?
No. Kanan?
Sir, no, I have a doubt.
You have a doubt? Okay, Lakshay. Yeah.
Sir, constructor should be public, or it is optional.
It has to be public. It should be public.
Okay, sir.
It should be public. I can make it private also, but it should be public. All right. So if I write private so and so, it's not going to object to me. It is going to work fine here. In this case, it is going to work fine here. So it's working fine, perfectly fine here. But it should be public. Why? Because it is actually going to be used by another class, not by this class only.
Sir, when we call it from outside the class,
then it is not going to work. ठीक है? Okay, so who is going to help me here? This is bad. This is bad. No, I want more people saying yes, I want to help. I will not continue. We have 2 more methods to go. अभी तो चुटकू सा फंक्शन बनाना है यार, कंस्ट्रक्टर, वो नो आर्ग्यूमेंट वाला कंस्ट्रक्टर बनाना है. And do we know what this no argument constructor is going to do? The no argument constructor is going to pass the value 0 and blank string and 0 to it. Okay, Gurasis, help me now.
Sir, public bank account and empty braces, empty parenthesis, and then empty braces.
And like this.
Yes, just simple.
Is it going to be sufficient?
Yes, sir. Sufficient.
Okay. Will the string be getting this? Or will it be getting this?
No, sir.
Sir, it will be getting null.
Sir, it will get null.
It will be getting null. So I want this. What do I do now? Proceed. Gurasis?
Sir, I don't know this one.
So you pass those values to ACNO. You want ACNO as 0, so you write ACNO is equal to 0. You want name is equal to blank string, you pass that. And you want balance.
Okay.
Understood. Okay. So you have 2 constructors. One is a blank one, which is actually going to pass 0 and a blank string and 0 to it. So let us see how this is going to work. This is how this is going to behave till now. It is asking for Hanji beta.
Sir, it is compulsory to write like this ACNO equal to 0 or just string name null.
I'll ask you about the compulsory thing abhi thodi der mein. Can you see that name is showing as blank here, not null? वो double quotes तो दिखाएगा नहीं, ठीक है? It is showing as blank there. So that is what we actually wanted. So sometimes people might say that okay, put no name there. 0, we write no name, something like this here. So that means the balance, the account is not complete yet. Yes, beta.
If they want double quotes inside that double quote, so we will use that backslash now to use.
Yes. See, now it is showing no name as the name. Our account number is whatever, name is my name, and balance is 1000, and these are showing. This is what we had passed through the input method. This is what we had used set function for. This is how we actually passed it values using the constructor. Remember? Let me show you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can see both the things right now. So you can see that this was the effect of A को input user ने दिया था, जो हमने यहाँ से पूछा था, and ये effect था B dot set function का. You can see on the left hand side.
Argument.
And we passed it as an argument to the set function. Here we had passed it as an argument to the constructor. Make sense, guys? Yes or no?
Sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I want more helpers. I don't know why you people are afraid. Okay, now deposit function. I want a deposit function to which I will pass it a value, some float value, and it should add the value to the balance if it is a positive value. Suppose if I write down something like a dot deposit in brackets 1000, so 1000 should be added to the balance. But if I write a dot deposit bracket में minus 200, nothing should happen to the balance. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the deposit function. Now this is the next function that we basically need. for our program. So I will put it somewhere here. We know that we can put it anywhere. Yes, who is going to help me in the deposit function now? So Vatsal is finally here today.
Sir, my parents had gone out due to for urgent work, and the light had gone. So I have got the internet access right now only.
Okay.
Sir, because there's some problem with the phase or the circuit. I don't know what. There is electricity is going like every weekends, and it comes. I don't know when. It comes and goes again and again.
Oh my God. Is that Chandigarh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have another block, and there is some problem with the phase. They are saying that we have only one phase. I don't know. They were saying something like this only. So our whole block, they were checking for the thing.
Right. So I'll ask Vatsal now to help me in this. I want the withdraw function. Sorry, deposit function.
Sir, we will just write if.
No,
Then we'll
I'll
see.
start with the function, beta.
What, sir?
Start with the function name and the header of the function. वो बनाया नहीं अभी मैंने. ये तो
सर मुझे
statement
समझ नहीं आ रहा अभी मैंने क्योंकि देखा नहीं ना क्वेश्चन क्या है.
Okay. Oh, okay. Now will you be able to help
I'll see
me?
the recording.
Okay. So do you want to continue with the helping or no?
Sir, I don't know what's the question right now, so I'll prefer to just observe it.
Okay. ठीक है. So Gurasis, you are next.
Yes, sir.
हाँ जी बेटा.
Sir, public void deposit.
And
Yeah. Here, no value to be passed.
no value to be passed. Okay. Then
Then we will if yes, if balance that BAL is greater than 0, then we will write that no. Sir, what was the value we were passing? Could you scroll down?
doesn't matter what. This is the function and I have written it here. And this doesn't have any connection with any other function over there.
Okay. So we will write ball plus equal to that 1000. I don't know what was the name given there.
Where is
1000,
this
10.
thousand coming? Where is this 1000
Okay.
coming?
Sir, I have an objection.
Yeah, people have objections.
Sir, objection.
I have a very strong
Sir,
objection.
we need to pass
Sir,
an
that
integer
is why, sir,
argument.
please scroll down, sir.
No, I don't need to scroll down. Guys, I've told you.
Sir, we need to pass an integer argument.
Who said?
Float argument.
Sir, I
A float
said.
argument. Float argument. I've written it over there, yaar. Gurasis, I've written it
Okay.
over there.
Sorry, sir.
Float
Sorry.
argument needs to be passed. Yes, Anusha, we need to pass it a float argument. Yes or no? Why? Because the balance is float. I will actually pass it a float. ठीक है यार, इतने रुपए इतने पैसे जमा कर दो. ऐसे ही बोलते हैं ना? Okay. So tell me,
Yes,
when
sir.
you go to the bank, do you say just deposit कर दो? Or you say deposit 1000 rupees, deposit कर दो. ऐसे बोलते हैं ना? 1000 rupees. So 1000 rupees
Yes.
will be passed. So we'll say float, say D. Okay, we'll take that as D. Now,
Sir, another objection.
Yeah, another objection. Anusha, help me.
Change. We need to write if D is greater than 0.
If D is greater than 0. Why? Because D is something which is being passed to the deposit function. Okay, and Anusha,
And
next.
then, sir, BAL plus is equal to D.
Perfect. Okay. Yes, Gurasis. We were supposed
Yes,
to
sir.
pass the
Yes.
value. We were supposed to pass the value. Okay. All right. What we'll do is I'll remove all this clutter from here, and I will just say C dot show, and then I'll say C dot deposit in brackets 300 rupees. Okay. and let me make it a smaller amount, say 1000 rupees only. What do you think will happen here? What should be shown here? What will be shown here?
Sir, 1300.
1300 will show. Okay,
1000.
1300. Okay, now if I say C dot deposit bracket may minus 3000 and C dot
1300.
again it will show 1300. Why?
So because it is
Because
less than 0.
It is less than 0. So that means I did not pass it a valid value. This is not a valid value. ये थोड़ी हम कहेंगे कि इसको -3000 को ऐड कर दो उसके अंदर, ऐसे थोड़ी बोलेंगे. पॉजिटिव वैल्यू होगी. Okay, so here also it will show 1300. Here also it will show 1300. Let's see how it happens. How it goes. Some error. Okay, ये हमने description डाला था. Okay, let's run this program and see. Okay, so this is the original. Okay, this is the original value with 1000 rupees. This is with A dot deposit 300. It is showing 1300 as the balance. This is again, I said 1003 minus 3000. It is still kept at 1300. It did not change at all. So why has this not changed is because we have actually not allowed it to be added. Okay, we have not allowed it to be added. Make sense, guys? If deposit, okay, is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Good. Good, good, good. Now the last method is withdraw. And withdraw method, if you can see what it is, it should subtract the value from balance if it is positive and is less than or equal to the balance. So suppose you want to withdraw something from this account only, which contains 1300, and I say withdraw 1400. Can you withdraw? You cannot. Okay. And if I say, okay, withdraw minus 4000, will it withdraw? It will still not withdraw. So you have got the question from me now. Tell me what is the answer going to be. Who is going to help? Only two people?
Saran, can you please send this in the WhatsApp group later?
I will do that. And I will send
Can you
some
repeat the question?
more class questions. The question is withdraw float is going to be the next method. And it is going to subtract the value from the balance if it is positive and is less than or equal to the balance. Okay, Anusha, help me in this.
So public void withdraw. Then parenthesis and float W. And then we write an if statement. The condition is W is greater than 0. And W is less than equal to val.
Okay. Then what do we do?
Then we do val minus is equal to W.
Okay. Anybody having any objections here, guys?
No.
No.
Yes, sir.
Yes means objection or yes means no objection? No objection. Okay. So C dot show will show 1000. If I say C dot deposit 500, it will become 1500. C dot
Yes.
withdraw 400, it should become 900. Sorry, 1100, 1100. C dot deposit bracket में minus 200, it will remain at
1100.
1100. I'll write down the values here. 1100. Here the value was 1100. Here the value was
1500.
1500. Here the value was
1000.
1000. Okay. All right. If I now write C dot withdraw minus 100, what will be?
Again
What?
1100.
1100.
Again 1100, because it will not allow to withdraw. If I say C
Sir, you have
dot,
written 1000
Sir, you have written 1000 there.
okay,
in the comment.
okay, withdraw say 1500, what?
11,000.
700.
11.
Okay. C dot
Yes.
draw 100.
1000.
1000.
1000.
Okay, and C dot show will show the final 1000. Okay, you
Yeah.
can see this deposit was successful because the value passed was a positive value, so that is why it added to the balance. This was successful. Why? Because 400 is a positive value and the value is less than or equal to 1500, so it was okay. It had subtracted to 1100. Minus 200 was not okay value because it is less than 0, so it never changed the balance. The balance remained the same. Similarly, withdraw with the minus 100 again remained the same. ये दो बार मैंने क्यों कर दिया? Here the balance is more than the balance itself. So the withdrawal amount is more than the balance itself. It again did not touch the balance at all. And if I say 100, it reduced it to 1000. Final C dot show should actually show 1000 as the balance जो originally था. Okay, so let's run this program. Okay, this should be made as a remark. Let's run this program and see. And so it is showing the balance of 1000 in the end. Okay, अगर हम चाहें तो बीच में भी शो कर सकते थे कि हम ठीक है
Yes.
जब है ना तो बीच में यहाँ पे C dot show function हम बीच में show करते रहें. So it will actually keep on showing you the values in between also. I'll remove this because this is a duplicate of that negative thing. So okay, so when I run this, you can see what is happening. So it is going to show me so many balances, and you can see them together now. So this
Yes.
is the original amount. This is the original amount. This is with deposit 500, successful deposit. This is withdrawal of 400, successful withdrawal. This is after the withdrawal of minus 200. Nothing happened to that 1100. That 1100 remained the 1100. Okay, so then was a withdrawal of 1500, not successful because the amount was more than the balance. Then lastly, this was a successful withdrawal of 100 rupees. It became 1000. This is final value. Okay, so we have completed the class. I'll
Yes.
just take 2 minutes now to explain a few things to you. Again, all instance variables should be private and non-static. We remembered this. They were all non-static. They were all private. All methods should be public and non-static. अब हमने जो input function बनाया था, set बनाया था, withdraw बनाया था, जो भी बनाया था, they were all public and they were all non-static. Constructors should be public and non-static again. Constructors and methods में कोई फर्क नहीं होता. Main function should be the only one which is public and static. Okay, did we see this everywhere? Yes.
Yes.
Most yes, mostly these functions are all void methods. Okay, they are all void methods, so they don't require any return value. But return value may be required at some places. We'll do that later. I hope this was a simple program. I will send you the programs which are actually given in the board exams, and you should be able to do them. I will send them tonight as the assignment. I think around 2 questions, both class questions, and you should be able to do them. Okay. Yes. Any question? It's exactly 1 hour since we started. Do we have any question, guys?
No.
No, sir.
Sir,
No,
Yes,
sir.
beta.
sir, I have a question.
Yes, beta.
Sir, if we keep the constructor empty, so here, so sir, what will be the difference that you have written that zero null 0.0 that?
If we keep that as empty, it is going to put the name will be null. ये दोनों तो बेचारे जीरो हो ही जाएंगे. वेरिएबल्स जो है ना, जो प्रिमिटिव वैल्यूज हैं, वो तो ऑटोमेटिकली जीरो हो जाती हैं, लेकिन जो ऑब्जेक्ट्स हैं, नेम इज एक्चुअली अ स्ट्रिंग ऑब्जेक्ट. सो ऑब्जेक्ट को कोई वैल्यू नहीं मिलती तो हमें वैल्यू देनी पड़ती है. इसमें अगर इसको भी मैं हटा देता हूँ और इसको भी मैं हटा देता हूँ, सॉरी, इसको भी हटा देता हूँ, सॉरी, it's going to work the same. Okay, so I've removed account number and BAL from there, and let me just show you. This is the blank one, and if I say a dot show, it is still going to show me no name and 00 for can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
उसने जो प्रिमिटिव वेरिएबल्स थे उनको तो जीरो कर दिया, लेकिन अगर मैं इसको नो नेम ना दूं तो वो इसको नल दिखा देगा. दैट इज द ओनली प्रॉब्लम देयर.
Okay, sir.
हाँ जी बेटा. Somebody else wanted to say
Yes,
something?
sir. I wanted to ask that only, sir. It will show null. Thank you.
If I remove that no name also from there, it will now show null there. So let's see this. It is showing null there. ये तो जीरो हो गए,
Yes.
no problem. But ये null नहीं हुआ, ये no name नहीं हुआ, blank नहीं हुआ. Okay, ठीक है. We'll stop here now and see you on Thursday for half an hour.
Yes.
Sir,
I'll explain to you. I'll tell you
sir,
before that. हाँ जी बेटा.
sir, in place of sir, sir, inside the input function, sir, in place of we can put in place of sc dot next line, we can put the statement system dot out dot println, and then empty.
In the input, where?
Sir, sc dot next line we have written that.
ये वाला?
Yes, sir. Sir, in place system dot out dot println, and then it is empty.
Okay. Have you tried that?
No, sir, I haven't tried it.
No, that will not work. I'll explain sometime
Okay,
later.
sir.
If your program does not behave properly, normally it is behavior of next line only, not with next int or next float. With next line, it may have this problem. So put a blank sc dot next line before it. So
Sir,
this
if
is
we put the name asking before, then it will show no problem.
no. Okay, we'll do this some other time now. अभी बहुत time हो गया. ठीक है?
Okay, sir.
ठीक है.
Thank
Okay,
you,
sir.
sir. Bye, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.